This is Tony Baker from NMTXSports.com, and I'm talking to head coach Ken Stevens of the Hobbs Eagles. Coach, took it on the chin this last Friday night in once again a lightning delay. Lost against a real good Las Cruces Bulldogs team, 52-13. Coach, give us your take on that.
Well, I think kind of a just strange coincidence. We've played 3 road games and have had 3 lightning delays. I don't know if that's, something I've experienced before that many times. It had nothing to do with the outcome of the game. Both teams always have to deal with the same issues. And so that like I said, it had nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but just another hurdle to overcome. We come out and actually I thought we started the game fairly well. It's 14-7 with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. And that's when that lightning delay hits, and we take about an hour and a half lightning delay. Then we come back out and we have a third down and 8, I believe, at about the other 12-yard line or so going in. We don't capitalize there. We had a mistake or breakdown in our execution, and we don't capitalize there. And so defense gets a stop for us, and so we get that ball back, and we go down and score to make it 14-13, and hit the upright on the PAT. So it's 14-13, and this is where I think the whole game flipped. And so there's probably minute and a half, 2 minutes left in the half when we score. So again, very competitive ball game up to this point, and we missed 2 tackles on the ensuing kickoff, and they pop it to the other side of the field, about the 50 or plus 40, which gives them a really short field, and they take that in and score with about 45 seconds left in the half. And then we get the ball back down to their end of the field and have to settle for a field goal attempt. And we don't make that field goal. So we're down 21-13. And so again, right there, that little last 2 minutes. And then when we come out in the second half, they get the ball to start the second half. We really don't take a halftime because of the delay. So take a little 3-minute water break, and then we flip around and go. And so they get the first possession of what's going to be the third quarter, and they take that down and score, which flips the game to 28-13. So I think that last 3 minutes of the half and the first 3 minutes of the second quarter or third quarter there is what flipped, and then we don't answer, and so that's where the game kind of got out of hand. We had to start pressing the issue a little bit and made some mistakes there in the second half as we're trying to play catch up. We moved the ball great offensively, which again, no points to show for it, so that's not good. We're not completely discouraged by the game. I think total yards wise, we outgained them total yards. We just didn't put the points on the board. The running back had his way with us, but he's done that every week. He ran for about the same number of yards the week before against Cleveland. So no one's figured him out yet. So, but again, I feel like it was a kind of like a midterm test, and we obviously failed, did not pass that, but at the same time, I'm actually encouraged. I think despite the score being lopsided, there was a lot of good things that I seen, and again would not be afraid of seeing them again later down the road. And so, and I'm not saying they're going to be a tough team to beat down the road, but I think if we clean up the mistakes and finish those drives in the end zone, I think it can be a much more competitive score at the end of the game versus what it looks like on the outside.
Coach, this coming Friday, September the 26th, you'll be hosting the Alamogordo Tigers, who have a record of 4-1. They have defeated Deming 29-16. They've defeated Roswell 27-13. They defeated Albuquerque High School 31-20. They lost to Piedra Vista 21-14, and they defeated Oregon Mountain 34-14. Give us your take and tell us about Alamogordo.
Alamogordo's, I think this is the best record they've had coming into our game in the last couple of years. So, they're full of confidence and riding high, and so they'll have a little different attitude and demeanor coming in to Hobbs this Friday night. They're offensively, man, they're very, very multiple. They like to use a lot of unbalanced lines with the tackle over and the tight end over there in the tackle spot on the weak side. They'll give you some I formation out of that. They'll give you some shotgun two back out of that, and they're really run oriented. They throw the ball about 5 times a game, and so they're going to try and use those unbalanced lines to gain numbers advantages on you and find ways to create running lanes. Their quarterback, number 10, Best is his last name. He's their biggest threat. They've got some other good kids, but he's the guy that they're trying to get out there. He's very much a running quarterback and can hurt you in a lot of ways. Started for him last year. So, and then defensively, they're it's really the same defense we've seen for the last 3 weeks. As far as it's a 4-2-5, and they just play it a little bit different. They're more. Don't want to give up the big play. They don't blitz very much, so they're not as aggressive on defense as maybe Las Cruces High. They don't get as much man coverage as Las Cruces High did, but play a lot of zones behind it. Number 2 is most active linebackers there on their unit, and then number 3, one of their strong safeties. Kid's got a lot of speed, gets to the ball. I think the defense does a great job of rallying and getting guys to the football. And that's their deal. They don't want to give up big plays. They're going to make you earn everything that they get. So we're going to have to be patient on Friday night offensively, take what they give us. And we need to get more consistent. That's our thing offensively, is just more consistent and clean up some of our mental errors. And I think we'll get better too. Another thing we dealt with is, Parkland game, we lost our left tackle, broke his arm. He's done for the year. He's been a 2-year starter for us. And so what that did, that domino effect, we had 3 offensive linemen playing new positions last Friday night. And so some of our problems we had offensively were just communication, not lack of effort, not just, when you get linemen, they got to communicate together. It's a timing issue. It's all that kind of stuff. And so kind of playing with a different group there. And I think you'll see that those guys are going to perform better this Friday night, getting another game under their belt, having that one game under their belt. So, we're excited to be playing this Friday night and hosting Alamogordo and look forward to a good game.
Coach, since this is your second district game, let's go back and talk about Alamogordo. That tight end situation that they put him on the line and use him as another lineman.
Yeah, he's an eligible receiver. They take the left tackle basically and flip him over to the right where a tight end would be lined up, and then take the tight end and basically put him where the left tackle would be, and he's eligible. They don't cover him up, and so you got to account for him in case they leak him out into the pattern there. So you got to account for him, and then by putting that other tackle over there, they got 2 bigger bodies over there where they can get better down blocks, and what they're trying to do is make your defense has got to adjust to that unbalanced. You can't stay lined up as if it was a regular tight end set, or you get outflanked. So you've got to adjust to that. Your defensive linebackers have to see that and have to get your defensive adjusted to that, so that again, you're not giving up the edge and getting outflanked.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the opportunity to talk with you and wish you, your coaching staff, and the Hobbs Eagles the best of luck this coming Friday, September the 26th, when you'll be hosting the Alamogordo Tigers there at Watson Stadium at 7 o'clock p.m. For the second district game. Is there anything going on at the stadium, Coach? I think
Friday night, I think the theme is Gold Night, so I think it's, everyone wear gold that night. And I think there's maybe a reunion coming in, so even though it's not homecoming, so we, again, come out, support, have a good time. Watson's a great place to be on Friday nights, and so come out and support your Hobbs Eagles, and let's have a good time.
And crowd or community, please start showing up to the games a little bit earlier so that we can pack the place out on our side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.